Okay, I'm plugged in. Camera. It seems like it's a little... Hey, what's up guys? And welcome to the channel. Welcome back. It's been a little while for me. I'm sorry. First things first, I gotta say I'm sorry. I've kind of been neglecting the channel, personal reasons, but I'm back. I'm happy to be back. I'm ready to get back into the grind. Kind of. It's a lot of stress involved with doing YouTube stuff, but it is a passion and I really want to get back into it. It's really rough. It's almost like fasting or getting back into exercising. Like once you stop, it's so hard to get back there, but we're on the right track now. This video, it's 2019 now. Happy New Year to anyone who I haven't talked to since the New Year. But this video essentially is going to be a channel overview, if you will. I want to re-examine what I'm trying to do with the channel because I've always had a vision of what I wanted to accomplish with the channel and what I wanted to produce on the channel. And I feel like since I've been really getting into the YouTube thing over the last 6 months, I feel like it's slowly kind of gotten out of hand, going in the wrong direction. Not that I don't like doing Let's Plays, they're a lot of fun, and I've noted that over the last 3 months that I was really enjoying them, but that's not what I'm here. That's not why I'm here. That's not what I'm on YouTube to accomplish. And I'm not, you know, looking down on people that do that. A lot of my YouTube friends do Let's Plays and whatnot, reviews and whatnot, and I do want to do stuff like that as well. It's not that I'm stopping, but I've got to refocus what my mission statement is, you know? I'm not on YouTube to make money, per se. I mean, making money, if it's a side effect, is awesome. You know, I'm not going to turn that down, but my main goal on YouTube is to be noticed. Not by anybody. You know, it's not just people. You know, I'm not craving, you know, attention like that, but I do feel like this is probably one of the better ways for me to get noticed by a big company like, say, Nintendo. I've been passionate toward Nintendo and Sega for a long time, as long as I can remember. I've always loved them as a company. And my goals this year are all essentially catering toward increasing my odds of being noticed by Nintendo fans. You know, I'm hoping to gain a following that could potentially help me to get there. Now, I'm sure a lot of you wonder why I put so much stock in Nintendo, why it's them specifically that I talk about. Even with me saying that Nintendo is my goal, it's not to say that I wouldn't work for other companies. That's just my dream, is to work for Nintendo. But I would take a job working for Sega or Square or, you know, anyone, honestly. But my heart lies with Nintendo. I would say since I was 15, I've been coming up with ideas for Nintendo. Most of them original ideas that I've adapted into a Nintendo franchise. And through this channel, I kind of want to show you guys, you know, I don't want to blurt out my ideas right off the bat because I am convinced that a lot of my ideas are really great and that someone potentially out there might see them and take them and run with them. You know, I don't have any of my ideas patented. I wish I did. Don't really have the money for that. But you know, I'm working on my drawing. I'm gonna be doing a lot of my voice acting. These are all things that I want to offer to Nintendo. Even motion capture, you know, I'm trying to get back into shape. I had a really bad accident earlier in 2018, well, mid-2018. I fell off of my skateboard and I didn't break anything, but my wrists are very messy. My right one's getting almost 100%. I would say it's pretty much 100%. The left is probably 70, you know, but I feel it's going in the right direction, but I'm honestly wondering if I need to get an x-ray or something, an MRI. Either way, it has really put a damper on any exercise I was doing before, and so I put on a couple pounds, and I'm a little upset about that, but we're gonna change that. I finally can put pressure on both wrists and actually do a push-up, though there's a lot of cracking that goes on in my left wrist. That is one of the goals, is getting back into shape, getting flexible again. When I go back to the Bahamas permanently, I'm definitely starting karate back up, or at least a martial art of some description, to try and get back, you know, into fighting form. Other things I want to do on the channel, it all, you know, everything revolves around gaming in some form or fashion, but some of them are a little bit more involved, that involve you guys, you know, anyone who's interested. I do cook. I've been cooking for years. I've learned from other chefs. Like, I have experience in the culinary arts, and I'd like to pass that on to you guys, you know, through simple recipes. You know, I want there to be a grade system, essentially, where, you know, you've got everything from how to cut an onion all the way up to how to do a souffle. Now, I'm not saying I know how to do a souffle. There's a lot of things I don't know how to do, and I think that this segment would be fun and beneficial to both of us, because, God, I keep hitting the camera, because I would be learning myself and also teaching at the same time. So I think that that's going to be a lot of fun. And, you know, it's geared for gamers, but it's also for anybody. And the thing that'll keep it in a gamer's mind, I'm definitely going to have 8-bit and 16-bit and just video game music playing in the background every time. But yeah, I didn't actually finish answering my own question to you guys. I'm sure a lot of you wonder why I'm so, like, set on Nintendo. It's because, and this actually goes for Sega as well. Sega was a big part of my life, you know, before 2002 when they went third party. I'm not saying that they haven't had great content since then, but it's just not felt the same. They don't feel like the same company quite. The Dreamcast was such an amazing system. It really left a huge hole in my heart when it died, and my love for Nintendo became compounded because Nintendo, even before that, was always getting crap from my friends that played Sony or Xbox. You know, they always crapped on me for being a Nintendo fan. So knowing that a company could be taken out of the race like that really made me realize, just like, that this industry isn't a constant, that any player can be taken out if they don't play the right game, you know? And unfortunately, Sega screwed up in a lot of ways, despite being an amazing gaming company, despite having incredible games on each system. It's a really sad story when you really look at it. And I became fearful of Nintendo, because the GameCube, just after that, I mean, not even just after that, while the Dreamcast was dying, the GameCube was having issues, and it continued to have issues. And like, I'm not gonna lie, as a young adult, I shed tears. I lost sleep over the fact that Nintendo might be going the same route as Sega. So I became very devoted and very involved. Like, not to say that I've ever done anything for Nintendo per se, but I came up with ideas. Not just my own, but ideas for Nintendo already existing games. I became a pro bono Nintendo salesman, if you will, during the GameCube, during the Wii, during the 3DS and the DS. Like, I would, any chance I got, would sell the idea of Nintendo to people. And it made me feel good. It made me feel a part of the company, especially when, you know, and most of the time it was a positive reaction when I would be pitching the idea of Nintendo to people. But you know, Nintendo still always found a way to fall short of what I expected, of what others expected. And it seems like now they're really, you know, finding their way, but at the same time they still fall short in different areas. You know, I still find that the Wii U as a console in a lot of ways is still a better console than the Switch. The only thing the Switch really has over it is what the Wii U wanted to be. You know, this separate gaming situation, this ability to have a tablet, a handheld. And so I'm gonna do videos on that. There's a bunch of videos I need to catch up on. But I just love what Nintendo represents. I love what they stand for. And all I want, and this is why I'm doing the YouTube thing, is because I want people to hear my vision and understand that I truly want to make Nintendo a family entertainment console. Not a family entertainment console the way that they have portrayed themselves, where everyone can get involved with every game. And I'm not saying that they haven't allowed mature games to be on their system. They're actually getting a lot better with that. But as a company, as Nintendo, coming from them, I feel like they do not put themselves out there enough to develop games that are meant for your 16-year-old son or your 14-year-old daughter or your 23-year-old brother. You know, like, there's just so many categories that are out there, and I feel like Nintendo, with all of their greatness, with all of the franchises that they have under their belt, they're really not using their full potential to get the whole family loving Nintendo. Like, the future I see for Nintendo personally is a future where you can have Xbox or you can have PlayStation and enjoy those two consoles even more than Nintendo, but you always got that Nintendo in your living room. You know, I want a future where people mix and match with Nintendo, because Nintendo is for everybody. It's meant to be for everybody. So games like Wave Race and 1080, Excite Bike, you know, that's just the racing side of things, but those are the kinds of games I want to unearth and bring back to the mainstream. I want to wow people again with these games. And I already have ideas for these franchises that I am holding dearly onto until I get to Nintendo. So even if I get jobs somewhere else, potentially, I will work my ass off to make amazing games for them, but there are just some ideas that I will not be giving up, that will stay in the vault until that day comes, if it ever comes. But that's not for any developer who may end up hiring me to worry about, because once you could give me a nugget, you could give me a granule of an idea, and I will snowball effect that into something amazing. Once the cogs get going in my head, like, it's incredible. Sometimes it brings me to tears. Like, a switch will go off and I'll come up with an idea and it'll alter something that I've already come up with in such a way. It's an amazing process to be a part of, but I've never been able to express it vocally to anyone, really, because once I start talking to somebody else, that means I have an audience, and I get very fearful of judgment, of, you know, just not appealing. And so my ability to, and even with this, you know, I want to get better at doing stuff on camera, but I've always had fear of how I look, how I sound, what I'm saying. Like, I never just let go. You know, if I'm by myself, just in the shower or around the house mopping, like whatever the case may be, and I go into a rant, there's something so organic and beautiful that I wish you guys could be here to listen. And the second I stand in front of a camera, in front of a mic, it just doesn't flow out of me. And I'm sure you've noticed that from the beginning of the video to now, it's gone from ums and to flowing into something a bit more flowing because I've become more comfortable. I'm used to this now, and I just need to do it more and more so that Band-Aid gets ripped off and I can do these kind of videos more often where I'm speaking from the heart. That's what I want to get at. Like, anytime I have these rants and I don't have a camera or I don't have a mic in front of me, it is super depressing. It really puts me down because I want what I just said to be heard. And so I'm also looking into recording devices, but the last few that I've gotten don't necessarily allow you to put it on the computer. So I've made some mistakes. I'm gonna correct them, and we're gonna get this show on the road. But yeah, my mission, honestly, you guys already know what I'm trying to do with the channel, but at the end of the day, what I want to do is turn the heads of the industry. It doesn't matter who you are or what your preference is. I want to cater to you, and I want to do that through Nintendo. I want to create greatness with Nintendo. I want to learn from Nintendo, because if anything, the recent events of my life have told me is that you don't have forever, that even the longest life on this planet is still finite. And with the loss of Satoru Iwata a couple years ago, I was devastated, and I really wanted to do a video about it, but at that time I was still too scared to upload anything that I was putting out. So thousands of hours of footage and gaming and blah, always getting deleted. It was a rough time for me, and Satoru Iwata was like an unspoken father, if you will. So was Shigeru Miyamoto. So is Yu Suzuki. These people that I look up to and I want to one day work with and learn from. You know, Nintendo, there's such a beautiful essence to Nintendo, and I'm terrified in a way that one day when Shigeru Miyamoto dies, which I hope isn't for another 50 years, I worry that that essence of Nintendo will be lost. But then there's a part of me that's very hopeful when you look at newer companies like the studio that made Splatoon 2 and the people involved with that, and just the new people coming into Nintendo, the new president, you know. I still haven't learned his name off heart because I'm still just Satoru Iwata, you know, but one day he's gonna gain my heart, you know. I want to learn from these people so that I can keep that fire burning, because I feel Nintendo at their greatest when they're covering all bases, when they're getting it right all over. I could see them lasting 1,000 years, honestly, if the planet lasts 1,000 years. I don't know, but I could see their dynasty going for as long as the human race is going, kind of like a Disney or a Pixar or a Marvel, you know? So yeah, that's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys are down with my vision. I mean, I haven't really given you much in terms of the games, but I hope you are looking forward to standing by my side in 2019. And if you've got any friends that are Nintendo fans, if you've got any friends that were Nintendo fans or Nintendo haters, I don't know, let them know about my channel. I would like to bring them to the light side. Anyway, guys, I hope you have a great day. Please share the video, like the video. I'd really appreciate that. And let me know in the comments what you think of what's going on. And I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.